Scums, we have finally made it. Our very, very first episode breaking down an upcoming game of the 2025 season. At the time of recording this, we are 4 days. We are Eli Pankel days away from Duke football season. Um, we've made it. What a long off season it's been. I feel like it was just yesterday I was going on Google and typing out how many days until August 28th, and it was like 290. And I was like, sweet, almost there. Um, we made it, boys. How are you feeling?
Yeah, we're back. It feels good to be back in game week mode. A long off season doing a lot of different styles of coverage was real fun. We're looking to get back into the swing of things, giving predictions, best bets, just doing our weekly stuff. So I'm amped up for it. I'm amped up for Duke football. Week 0 was awesome. Good little
It's a great
pre-com
game.
and ready to go.
Yeah.
Um,
Wise man once said, there's an video of me going around. I'm so ready to get hurt. Like
yeah,
that's
I'm
that's where
so
I'm
ready to
at.
get hurt.
So ready to get hurt.
As you guys can see on the screen, things look a little bit different this week. Shout out our guy, our co-founder, co-producer, creative muse, uh, Tyler Lester for brainstorming and creating this sick new background around us. So yeah,
Hashtag fire crim.
hashtag fire crim,
Hashtag
hashtag
cram, just one edit, please.
hashtag begging for it.
I'm a
But yeah,
26-year-old man begging a 16-year-old for a sports edit. Like, give me a break.
hashtag please. But one of the things we've done a lot this off season, you guys have probably noticed, is that we've put a lot of work into growing and improving, our content and like our posting and whatnot. So this is just a natural next step in our growth. But yeah, as you can see on the side, what we'll be doing here today is we'll be taking you guys into the mailbag, previewing the Elon game, best bets from the Scums, hashtag Scum Money Line, random player spotlight, and then finally we'll do game picks, score, and player of the game. Fellas, before we jump in, anything else we want to touch on?
Just one last thing. The new kind of addition to that lineup, player spotlight of the week. This will be the most random Duke
Yeah,
players.
just obscure.
I promise you, not one of these guys would be somebody you put in a ring of honor. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So just buckle up for that one. Throw some names in the hat.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, we'll
this
take.
week, the
Yeah,
first guy is going to be Daniel Jones. He's a guy who,
You
yeah,
guys ever heard of him?
yeah.
yeah.
All right.
But yeah, real quick, just before we get started, we say it 1,000 times, but like, thank everyone who like subscribes, watches, interacts with us on like all of our platforms. When the off season started, I don't remember where we were at for YouTube specifically, but we were well south of 100. And at the time of this recording, I think we're pushing 130 now. So like, it just baffling. I know to a lot of people that's not a big deal, but the three people in a Duke football podcast, 130 in like less than almost a year exactly, we'll take it.
That's like 4,000 in Clemson numbers.
Yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
Also, we're getting like the same, like we're getting views on per episode in like the first day. Like we get the number of views we get on an episode in the first day that it's been up as we used to get like ever on an episode. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I guess jumping right into the mailbag. You guys cool if I take this, or does someone else want to take it, or we want to alternate
You're the
off?
you're the mailbag guy, man.
All
Yeah.
right.
Just let them rip. We'll answer.
Our friend, the Duke of QP, says, I have concerns about your abilities to drive after the game. Call me Tim the way I don't drive.
The state of North Carolina at one time was also concerned about my ability to do that, and we right our wrongs. I'll be back in Charlotte by no later than 2 o'clock.
I've got
We
cruise
should,
control. It's fine.
we
Yeah.
should only be concerned about mine if Duke gives up a backdoor cover again. Then we'll be hurting.
Tyler's tire might like blow out in the Coliseum parking lot for literally no reason. That's like that's
It's
some
like, why the
voodoo
hell is he in the
shit we can't
Coliseum parking lot?
explain. Yeah, we can't explain why.
Yeah, I mean, the way I view it is it's Elon, so we're not going to be going that hard anyway. Also, we won't even have enough time in that tailgate lots to be getting screwed up. Like, we'll be there for like 3 hours max. Uh, Plus, my philosophy is I go crazy during the tailgates and I don't drink at all during the game except for water just to give myself time to sober up so I can drive home. We'll be good. It'll be fine. Knock on wood, we'll be fine. Our friend Bruce K says or asks, how many fans will be in the stadium with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter?
I've got this one first, please. Literally just us and
Yeah,
like and Bruce, because Bruce is diehard and new to the scum era, and we're lucky to have Bruce come in to do some brews and root on the Blue Devils, but there won't be more than 2,000 people there at the end
Oh,
of that
no.
game, and like that might be a stretch.
yeah. I don't anticipate. I mean, do we think that audience we're gonna get a better crowd or worse crowd than Elon last year to start
Worse
the
because it's
game?
on a Thursday. Even though the weather will be better, it'll be worse.
Was
Yeah,
Elon last year on a Friday? Yeah, it was a Friday.
Yeah,
it,
and
if we
that's a
can
better
hit fit,
selling
if
point.
we can hit 15, I'll be
Any,
shocked.
I
Yeah.
my number I had in my pre-pod was 17, maybe.
If we get to 20, I don't like that's magic.
The program's moving in the right direction. If
Yeah,
we get
Oh
20 to
yeah.
23,000, I will hang that banner halfway sold out an Elon game.
Yeah. I mean, also like I think we'll be lucky to get 17 for any games this year. Because our some
State
of
will
our
be jammed.
State
yeah,
and Illinois will be packed.
well,
Mm.
state will be jammed in the wrong way.
Yeah,
Uh but we'll see. I think the students will make a good turnout again. The students pleasantly surprised all of us last year. I think Manny's done a really good job at connecting with the students and like engaging with them. So I couldn't believe the student turnout for the Elon game last year. So hopefully we'll see. Um, our friend Jacob Ross, Jacob on three, Ross.
Kick on three.
He asks, is there one game on the schedule that should be getting more attention than it is?
this one.
Yeah.
I would say NC State.
Yeah, you guys touched on that a few episodes ago, and yeah, if there's one thing about State, they're weird. They're almost
Yeah,
like Georgia Tech in that they're a trap game.
yeah. I mean, State and UConn would be the two that I'd point out that just like weird games and like weird circumstances.
I think everyone's way too focused on Syracuse and Cal because they're road trips and they want to paint this new like the travel is just tough, but like I'm gonna be honest, after media day and hearing like Justin Wilcox and like Frank Reich speak on like how travel does not affect them, like nowadays in today's world the flights are short, they're first class, they leave a day early, the time change whole thing doesn't really have the same influence it used to have. I'm not really thinking about those two games, I feel like, in the same sense that I'm thinking about an NC State or possibly like a UVA or Wake, depending which of those two teams are better at the end of the year.
Yeah. Tyler just had flashbacks to the Bronco Mendenhall days. Dude, that cracked me up every time I listen to that episode. When you talk about Bronco Mendenhall, you're like, yeah, he just used to beat the shit out of Duke.
Every time, man.
Yeah, I mean, probably State. And like an interesting point that you guys made also that I wanted to bring up again was like we could be caught. Not that Duke does this, but like nobody's immune. Duke could very well be caught like looking ahead to like some other games and maybe be looking over State. Plus, State could be good. Doran's fighting for his job. Sources are
Well,
telling Tim, who's telling us, that Doran is on the hot seat and he knows it. So he's fighting for his job right now.
well, and plus it's a matter of the Illinois game next week is going to get a ton of attention. Going to Tulane the following
God,
week,
doesn't that sound
like
weird to say? The Illinois game
yeah,
next week. We're here. My
right.
God, we've made it.
Like Illinois and Tulane, those are going to be like battles. Like Duke probably beats Tulane by 10, but they're going to have to fight for it. Like Mensa, that's an emotionally charged game. So back to back weeks, and then you have to turn around and try for a third week in a row to get up to like getting up to play state shouldn't be a challenge. But the fact that
Right.
that's the third week in a row of like just a high intensity, high energy, like emotional game, it's
Yeah,
possible that there's some wear and tear late in that one if it was close. That makes
yeah,
things weird.
yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
luckily State's going to be dog shit this year, but it's still a trap game.
Yeah. Um, New guy at JFOOK. J Fook.
That's a fellow Charlotte Duke football Blue Devil.
Oh, is it?
Let's
God.
go, Jay
All
Fook.
the North Carolina Duke football fans live in like the 336 and the 704. And
We're,
there
we're,
is
It's
we're
zero
just
in the
me
building.
and Garrett.
We're doing what we can, man, down here.
It's it's just me and Garrett up here.
It's true. Megan, Noah, this guy, Bruce down in
Jordan,
Charlotte,
yeah,
Jordan,
J-Man,
man.
yeah.
God.
Couple others too.
I mean, that's more Duke fans than I see in a month in the Raleigh area, like in general. Uh, anyway, Jay Fook says realistic chances that Elon gets a bit overlooked with the Illinois game next week.
I'll take
I
this one.
don't, maybe.
I in the like whole game sense, no.
Yeah, like Duke is still
I
gonna win. Don't get it twisted.
I do think there's a chance that the game is closer than people are going to expect early, just because it's week one. It's week one. We've got a lot of new pieces like to figure out. Defensively, it's going to look great, but like if the offense comes out and it takes it a few drives to like get figured, it's not going to be last year where we're like holding our breaths at halftime.
No, that was an
But
intense conversation
Dude.
we all had to have
yeah,
last year.
like what if guys?
Had to do some soul searching.
Well, it was like, is Elon
What
this
if?
good, or it's like, is Elon going to
Yeah,
win the FCS this year, or
yeah.
Uh, yeah, no, well, like I said to Bentley on Twitter earlier, remember last year, like every week of the season through like week 8 or 9, we were like, oh, yeah, Duke's offense just looked like shit because they're not going that deep into their bag. They're saving it for this opponent. Oh, well, they look like shit this past week because they were saving their bag for this opponent. Just wait until Miami. They'll pop
we have
off.
Miami week 11, guys. We're not going to give our bag out week 8.
Yeah,
Duh.
like that's exactly what we were on last year. Then finally we were like, damn, like they're just not
We're
good.
just dog shit.
We were just coping so hard. Yeah. Okay, so like to Tyler's point, Duke's gonna win the game. There's no ifs or buts. This is not gonna be a Charlotte 2021 type of deal. Um,
Shout out Grayson Loftus.
yeah, G Loft fighting for
No.
that QB2 position.
Yeah.
Um,
Possible going to a walk on.
they refocus scholarship.
Yeah. Loftus family's going to have to start taking money out of the peach farm. We're going to have to take some equity out.
Oh man. But yeah, I mean, to Tyler's point, maybe Duke looks a little bit slow for 2 drives, but Duke is not going to be the same team they were last year. And there was a great quote last year after Duke only put up 26 on Elon. Good teams beat the shit out of bad teams and FCS teams. Duke did not beat the shit out of Elon last year, and we saw that as a theme the whole year. The offense was ass. And
Good teams
so,
win, great teams cover, and Duke never covered, boys. That's
yeah.
for fucking sure.
And
Amen.
so yeah, so it's not going to be the same game as last year this time around. I fully believe that. Give me like Duke should hang a minimum 40 points this time around. Uh, our friend Sweet Little Sam at Bleeding Duke Blue,
Sweetest Sam.
Sweet Little Samwise. I asked a similar question to the Section 17 guys, but I'm curious for your opinions as well. Thanks for that. Uh, what's a look, i.e., color, logo, or both, that you guys would like to see Duke wear in a game this season, and which game? Either something new or previous.
I'm just gonna pick what I would want to see this week. I don't think it's gonna be this, and it might be, but I just want white lids, blue jerseys, white pants, white and blue cleats. Keep it 100. Script helmet, nothing else.
The Gothic,
And
right? That's what it's probably going to be.
well, I would rather, of course, have old script, but
Mhm.
I can't have that luxury because apparently every 18-year-old football player at Duke hates it for some reason. So, and that
It's
it
also
is what
just
it
like,
is.
it's also just like, if we were so lucky as to get the classic script back again, they don't use cool or like alternate uniforms for Elon.
No.
It's going to be whatever our most basic primary home uniform is. In the last couple of years, that has been the white helmets with the Gothic script, which I am kind of coming around on.
Mm.
Even though I prefer classic script and always will, with the blue jerseys and white pants, that's what the uniform is going to be for Elon. But if we're going to full season, a uniform that I would like to see again, give me the classic script uniforms. I would also love to see, and they did this in like 2014 or 15, uh, the classic script helmet, but it was a throwback to like the 89 uniforms. So like the
Mhm.
font on the jerseys numbers was a little bit different, and then like the stripes on the sleeves were different. Really, really cool touch they did there like once. So I'd love to see those brought back.
Yeah, I think Duke should use the Bull City logo on the helmet. I think the whole jersey should be like it should just be a jersey full of like the Bull City logo just
like
everywhere on the pants,
digital
on the hat.
camo.
Yeah,
but
The
it's
Digital
digital
camo, but Bull
camo.
City
but
logo.
it's all Bull City
Oh my
logos.
God. It's just like
Like
the
a really
Lucky Strike
shitty
tower on the
travel.
helmets.
It's like a really shitty travel slow pitch softball team or
Oh my
whatever.
God. It's
Yeah.
37U.
Yeah, 37U slow pitch.
I was talking to someone this past week because I posted the picture from the university store at the Bryan Center and I was like, unfortunately, like these Bull City like put up your Dukes shirts still exist. And I was talking to a friend of ours and I was like, how do we like make these go away? And he said, just buy all of them, then they won't restock them. And I was like, that's a really good point, actually, because think of I love Duke football and I love the effort they're putting in. But my God, if there's one thing you can count on Duke football always doing, it's not restocking when they sell out of something.
Just
We
have
saw it,
one table of t-shirts.
yeah, we saw it with the Wade Wacko shirts a couple years ago. They made 35 of those things and never made them again. They sold out of the things they did last year, like the black shirts and hoodies with the stone font. Those sold out. We'll never see those again. So I guess if we never want to be cursed with seeing the Bull City put up your Dukes thing ever again, someone's just gonna have to take one for the team and buy all of them. That way we'll just never see him again. Anyway, where were we?
That was Sam.
Yeah,
Next
Sam bleeding
question.
Duke Blue. Our friend Bentley Weeks, sweet Bentley. He asks, what's the biggest key takeaway we need to see from Duke on Thursday night? Offense performing at a high level? Yeah. We
Duke
need
needs
to
to run the
see
ball for
Duke's,
175 yards.
yeah, we need to
Minimum.
see Duke throttling Elon, stepping on their throats, at minimum 40 points put up. Like that has to be done. We have to see, I mean, it has to be good all over. We have to see great passing. We really have to see great running because if we can't run again against Elon, we're screwed. So it's just the offense has to be nails all
Yeah,
night.
if I had to pick one thing, and like Duke on the first drive should run the ball 3 times in a row on the first 3 plays, and they ought to have at least 2 first downs.
Yeah,
Like
I
it's
agree.
time to like you gotta button up here. We're playing Elon. We are way better. We are way bigger. We are way more physical, talented, athletic. Every facet of the game, Duke is better.
Yeah,
But if you go out there and just lay down or expect to win, it's gonna be the same shit as last year. So
yeah,
they need to get out there, get mad. They need to be like Nick Morris, pissed off. Like I wanna rage. Like go out there and hurt somebody in a good
yeah.
way. We don't ever want anybody to get hurt, but like I
Well,
want our I want Trey Freeman and Nick Morris to be out there literally like putting dudes on stretchers. Like Alamance County better never be the same
I want to keep
after
Jarrett busy that night in the EMT.
for real. We need Jarrett to be at the game. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to really be looking for anything from on the field. Like I said, it's going to be first game. If Duke struggles, it's first game. I'm a little chalking up that. I'm going to be more patient with like the non-football side of things. Like, can we get speakers at work? Can the band not, do stupid things?
Playing over the
Will there
intro
be warm
video.
concession food this time around?
no,
Will I have more cold cheeseburgers? Yeah, just stuff like that. Like, I'm going to be paying more attention to stuff like that. But in terms of on the field, like Noah said, it's got to be the run game.
That's a
I'm
good
not even
call out,
worried about the
Tyler.
passing game.
That's a good call out, Tyler. I think, yeah, just the off the field stuff is important. And also, like, are they going to play appropriate music this year? Football
No,
game music.
spoiler.
Are
Hey,
the
let's take bet.
speakers?
Let's take bets right now.
sing along song.
What is the karaoke song
Mm,
for Wallace Wade night week one
God, it's not going to be Don't
against
Stop
Elon?
Believing, is it?
It's going to be
no,
Party in the USA, isn't
they'll
it?
hold "Don't Stop Believing" for Illinois because we're gonna be down by 60.
I'm going Party in
Uh,
the USA.
Party in the USA. That's a good.
That's very on brand for them to play.
I think it's gonna be "Living on a Prayer."
Oh yeah, Living
Oh,
on a
it's a good
Prayer.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm feeling like that's like a plus 125. I would take that.
If you've made it this far, leave your comment for what you think the karaoke song will
Yeah,
be.
leave us a comment below.
So
And
pretty
while you're
much
at it,
Tim.
like and subscribe. Like if you think it's going to be Living on a Prayer. Subscribe if you think it's going to be Party in the USA. Anyhow, speaking of concessions, also I just want to put this out there in the ether. We all know the speakers were too loud for Elon last year, but then the rest of the season they kind of over rotated and just made them too quiet. So if we could find like where they were in 2023, that'd be great. Um, Anyhow, speaking on the food aspect, our friend Timothy O. Gonzalez asks, "What's the best food any of y'all ate at the tailgate party at Wallace Wade?" Are we
Mm,
just talking last year
I
or
think all time, I guess.
ah?
Or maybe last year. We could just do last year.
Since we
We can do
started
last
tailgating
year.
together last year, yeah,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we'll do that.
um
I would say last year for me, the sliders with the caramelized onions, they reminded me of the ones from
Those were good.
Chili's.
That was the Yukon game.
The
Those were
little
good.
the little Chili's mini slider things. You
yup.
get the triple dipper, and I was just railing them in ranch. So that was giving my drunk ass a pretty good time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, speaking of being drunk at the tailgate, I'm having a hard time remembering what we ate at the tailgates.
It's so bad.
I remember just whatever the general stuff the hard hat guys would make. I really can't answer. I don't have a good answer for that question.
Hostess cakes.
Yeah, I enjoyed the
Yes.
Hostess cakes last
Yeah.
year. I know what I like to drink a lot last year, and that was those were the Mick Ultras. I was downing those a lot last year. Uh,
I don't remember what game it was, but there was one game where I don't know the man's name, but it's Rocket Man
Rocket.
they were making like gumbo over there for theirs, and I went and got some of that. And oh my god, I
Rocket
see why
Man.
that dude's a 4-star chef.
Rocket always has some good like smoked meat over there too, like turkey breast, some
Yeah,
ribs, like
yeah,
good eats.
yeah. He's
They're
got
great people
he's
too.
got good meat for sure. Um, and finally, our
God.
friend Garrett at Blue Devil underscore 316 asks, which Elon offensive lineman will Duke be scouting this week? All of them, because we're going to be
Shout out
losing
Caleb
Fina
Krings.
and Parker, and I think Pickett after this season. So all of them.
Yeah, we're gonna need them all.
And
Yeah,
that concludes mailbag.
Oh, we forgot that there's a beer question on there
Oh, where?
at the towards the top, like second question.
Oh, Hunter Oakley, friend and foe of the pod. Um, he says he has over under 29 and a half beers on Thursday between Eli, Noah, and Tyler.
Pump those numbers up,
Um,
I think it's a good line for a Thursday night kick. We can't tailgate till 5 o'clock because Duke's lame.
dude.
that would average 10 apiece.
I'm counting every beer I drink in the car too.
Uh, I mean,
I'll
I don't
say you
know.
over slightly.
If we were talking like, let's say,
Illinois it'd be doubled.
yeah, let's
Right.
say like in a perfect world, the state game is at night and we're able to get out there and start tailgating at 11 for like an 8 o'clock kick. Yeah, easily over
Get ready to
29 and a
learn
half.
noon on the CW.
Mm-hmm.
How sweet it is. All right, and that concludes mailbag. Thanks for submitting your questions, comments, and concerns, everyone. And here we go off into the Elon prediction episode. Tyler, take us into this one.
Yeah, so just diving into Elon a little bit. Duke leads the all-time series 8-0-1. So at least we've never lost to Elon. We've just tied him one time. The first meeting was in 1920, and they played 5 times from 20 to 26. And then we didn't play them again until 2010 for whatever reason. But since then, we've started scheduling them every once in a while. Duke did win last year's matchup 26-3, although it doesn't feel like we won that game.
We shouldn't have won that game.
Yeah. Their head coach is Troy Triciani in his 7th season with the Fighting Phoenix, 32-31. Last year, the Phoenix were 6-6. And just kind of looking at some of the guys, you might want to know on their roster. As of today, they have not announced a starting quarterback. So that could be
Trouble brewing in Alamance.
Yeah, so that's not a good sign. But it is expected to believe that Marco Lanes, the Iowa transfer, is going to play quarterback for them. If the dude's transferring out of Iowa to play quarterback, I don't know how good this guy is, but he can't be but so good.
If he was on the bench at Iowa, that's bad.
Yeah. Running back. This is where they're going to be pretty solid. Sophomore TJ Thomas Jr. As a freshman last year, he had 577 yards on 80 carries. As a true freshman on any college level, that's pretty solid.
That's a Duke football career year right there.
That's more than our whole team had last year.
Yeah. Wide receiver, they've got senior Jamarian Dalton. He had 31 catches last season. Offensively, they're very young. pretty inexperienced even on the offensive line. They try to run the ball a lot. Like, that's their thing. They're very pro style with how they play football. They want to establish the run. They're going to hammer that home as much as they can. The last 3 years, they go on average for 150 rushing yards a game. So, like, they don't play Duke's defense every week, but that's respectable for FCS is rushing for 150 a game.
Yeah.
The defense, same thing. They're very young. They're going to be fast for that quality of a team. Sophomore Kamari Brown on the defensive line had 23 tackles and 4 sacks as a true freshman last year. Shout out this guy, by the way. Elon's got a quarterback by the name of Sequavius Also Brooks.
Hell yeah.
That's just
How
so
is that?
Bill.
Right, like that dude should be getting like recognized on all name teams. And he's actually pretty good. Like he had 33 tackles and 5 PBUs last year alone.
Swap him out for a memorable factor on that list. That whole bit is really played out.
Yeah, he killed himself with that bit on
Take
Twitter.
that brother's Twitter abilities away.
But, looking at, like, just some stats. Last year, Elon averaged 25 points per game, gave up 25 points per game. Like, to be 6-6 and have those exact numbers, it checks out. And, like,
perfectly balanced.
Everything, yeah, and it gets, the other stats. They averaged 330 yards a game, gave up 340 yards a game. 55 penalties, so they, didn't shoot themselves in the foot a ton. This is where things get interesting. Their offense, similar to Duke last year, 30% on third down. Just the worst third down offense you've ever seen. Like I said, similar to Duke. And then on the other end, their defense allowed first down conversions 33% of the time. So they were nails on defense on third down.
The boys are fucking balling.
Man, it sounds like Duke.
And looking into last year's game, of course, I hate to bring this up, but Duke averaged 5 yards a play against Elon.
Hashtag explosive.
Elon averaged 2 yards per play. Duke's defensive line just we had 8 sacks that game.
It was
ridiculous.
It was a stat padding game for VJ and West, that's for sure.
Sad note here. Duke had 59 yards rushing against the Phoenix last year. 59 yards rushing against an FCS team. And it wasn't like we weren't trying to run the ball. We couldn't.
Even late in the game, we still couldn't run the ball.
Yeah. And just one last fun fact about the Phoenix. Akeem Dent is their linebacker coach.
Who would have ever thought?
What the hell is he doing in Elon coaching linebackers?
How did he end up in Alamance County?
Got to start somewhere.
So, yeah, and I'll leave it, I'll open it up to you guys now. But, yeah, they're going to be young, inexperienced. We've already talked on it some. They should be in no world in any spot on the field should they be an equal matchup for Duke.
Yeah,
and that's not to say they're terrible, but it's just a whole different world.
Schematically, they seem like a well-coached football team in their FCS games. And like you were saying, penalty-wise, they don't shoot themselves in the foot. Even being a kind of a younger team, but there's just no excuses for it this year. There's too much on the line. There's too much rolling. It ought to be a bloodbath. If it's not, next week's going to be a rager episode. You won't want to miss it. But, I think we've got them. But, Elon should have a decent season, I think, overall, in their FCS stuff. I think you could see them competing for, 7-8 wins.
Yeah. I don't really have a whole lot to say on Elon for this season, but I'd be lying if I said I kept up with them at all. But on last year's game, the 59 yards rushing, yeah, I just remember sitting in Wallace Wade, just waiting for the offense to pick it up. It's oh, that drive looked kind of rough. Hey, it's the first game of the season. They've got it on this next drive. Okay, well, not much going on there. They'll pick it up this drive for sure, and it just never really got going. And then finally the game ended without ever feeling like it really got started, if that makes sense. It was just oh yeah, the game's over. Okay, we beat them. That's cool, but
it felt like watching a preseason NFL game. It was just the ugliest offense you could imagine, and just the defense looked like it was the old 86 Bears, but it was just because the offenses were so dog shit.
Yeah.
So, gotta make that change this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It will, but it also has to be better this year against Elon. It has to be. Okay. Best bet time?
Best bets. Scum bets 2-1 week
Yeah,
one.
hey,
I mean week
winning record.
0. Starting out
That's
better than last year. That's
yeah,
for
it's getting ready to go downhill now. We're
sure.
just
We did give you guys Georgia Tech last year, though. Absolute layup to pad y'all's bank accounts to start the year before we just absolutely gave you losses the rest of the way.
it was bad.
Tyler,
But yeah,
I'll let you go first.
yeah. So speaking of Georgia Tech, again, like there isn't a bigger Yellow Jacket homer outside of their fan base than right here. They're going to Colorado Friday night, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
and they're laying 4. I'm taking Georgia Tech -4, dude. Georgia Tech is going to go in there and shut. Brent Key's ready. Brent Key. I don't know if you guys saw in his press conference like last week. He was like, "We suck. We're not ready to play football. The team sucks. Like we won't win a game." That's code for we're going to go beat someone's ass in a week.
Yeah, we're gonna
So
maul.
I'm taking Georgia Tech -4 against Colorado. And then it's college football, so I got to go with some action. We're taking the Toledo Rockets +7.5 going into Kentucky. Jason Candle is just like the greatest coach in college football that never gets talked about with Toledo. He just wins every year.
Yep.
I don't think Kentucky's very good this year. Stoops is probably getting fired. And
Mhm.
then lastly, we're going to take Miami of Ohio, getting 17.5 going to Wisconsin. Wisconsin's not what they used to be. Miami of Ohio is kind of in that Toledo category in the MAC of like they're going to play solid football. I don't think either team scores enough to win by more than 17 in that game.
Yeah,
Wisconsin's not going to if Miami of Ohio gets to 10 points, Wisconsin's not breaking 27.
yeah. And Luke
So
Fickle, like it's gonna be a make or break year in Madison this year for Fickle, I feel like. I mean, I
yeah,
feel like minimum is 8-4 that they'll let slide, or else they're gonna be starting to look other ways. So yeah, those are 3 really solid ones there. I was on the Georgia Tech bet as well. I think if they gave Georgia Tech 6.5, I'd take it. Um, but my first one is going to be Boise State at USF on Thursday night. I'm taking USF +6.5. I think USF could outright win. I think Boise's going to have a down year. I do not think they're going to be the G5 conference, champion representative in the playoff. I think USF was pretty decent last year, and things are kind of rolling for them to get back to the way they used to be. Feels free to me. Second one. This is my big money play, the scum money play of the week. Baylor money line +115 against Auburn. I think Auburn's dog shit.
yeah,
I think Auburn sucks. I think they don't have a good quarterback. I think they don't have a good defense. I think Hugh Freeze sucks as a head coach. I don't think they're going to win more than 3 games this year. I think Baylor is a Big 12 like contender. I think Arenado's got them rolling again, and everything's good in Waco except the ATF. Um, you know, sick 'em Bears, and
yeah. I'm with you on that one. I love Baylor.
yeah, that's just scum money right there. I'm all over it. Sick 'em Bears, and then last but not least, Indiana wants to schedule cupcakes. Oh boy, did they schedule the wrong one. Old Dominion Monarchs are not one you want to play in a spread game against. 22.5, way too much. Indiana will not be in the playoffs this year. That was a one-off fluke last year. Indiana sucked. Like that football team sucked. I don't care what anybody says.
Apologize to Bobby now.
Bobby knows they sucked ass too. Like that's the thing. They're scheduling weak because they had success with that and they need it to get wins. I don't think ODU beats them, but Virginia Tech lost ODU a few times,
Yeah, they did.
and ODU will come out swinging. And
You
I'm
simply you simply don't schedule the Monarchs and expect to like
yeah,
walk away.
yeah, not the first game of the year. You can catch them late, but you can't catch them week 1 because they're coming out the swing. But that's my I'm taking them 22.5. Those are our 6 bets. I feel like our Baylor Auburn is a scum money line. So we're looking to
Speaking
rock.
speaking of, is Tyler Cherry going to start for the Hoosiers at quarterback? I haven't heard anything about him.
No, I think he's getting redshirted.
I haven't heard anything about him this year. I didn't know if this was like he was actually getting some run down there or not nowadays.
Tyler
Nah,
I haven't kept up
Cherry,
with Indiana.
Duke
Duke legend
legend,
Tyler Cherry.
Tyler Cherry. What a
What a
shitty
guy.
offseason that was, man.
about as
What a
legendary as
shitty time
Jack
at Duke
Senior.
You
football.
commit to the school, not the coach.
Fuck you, Paul
Proceeds
Minky.
to then go to Washington.
Paul Minky's such a douche. I can't wait for him to work at McDonald's the rest of his
Yeah, where's
life.
that guy at right now? Let's look him up.
Yeah, at McDonald's.
He's probably playing a little bit. I'm sure.
He's
I don't
still
know.
with Washington.
Washington's kind of
No, he's with Notre Dame now.
Oh, he
Oh,
transferred.
my
He's probably
God.
a walk on.
He's
They
going to
did
win a national championship. Duke's going to hang the banner.
Dude, they got CJ Carr starting. That team ain't winning more than 8 games this year.
Yeah.
They thought Riley Leonard sucked. Wait until I see CJ Carr throw the football.
Dude, I'll never forget like week 1 last year with Notre Dame and like Notre Dame fans just lighting Riley Leonard up on Twitter and saying like all the exact shit that like we had been saying and getting crap for from Duke fans all off season.
Mm-hmm.
I felt vindicated. They ended up going to the national title game, so I'll give them that. But I felt really vindicated week 1 of last year when I started seeing those tweets fly. And then the NIU game happened and we were really vindicated.
Oh, my God.
NIU was such an experience.
What a day that was. I was like, I had it on my phone on YouTube TV like when I was driving, like because I was so locked into it.
But
Scum Bets, those are, we're 2-1 on the first one, looking to go 6-0 week 2. We'll have a graphic out for you guys later in the week. That way you can get your Scum Bets placed. But next we got our new segment.
yeah, I'll
Random
let you.
player spotlight.
This guy was Noah's idea. I'll let Noah take this one. Noah picked him out.
So Tyler just messages the group chat earlier. It just says, name a random Duke cornerback. I will never name like Ross Cockle in this situation. I am not that friend. But you know who I did name? Hud Mellencamp.
Shout out Garrett.
So Hud Mellencamp, Duke walk-on, defensive back, switched to receiver final 2 seasons. That don't matter. Started as a DB when he came to Duke. Not started, but that was his position. Hud Mellencamp is the son of John Mellencamp.
Legend. John Cougar Mellencamp.
Which is pretty damn badass. You know what I mean? So, like, that's pretty cool. Hud also was homeschooled in high school. So, but
he was
we'll
safe.
let it slide.
Yeah, he was safe.
He was safe.
It means his dad loved him.
Hashtag Benny did it. He was a 2-time Golden Glove Division boxing champion. Hud, hell yeah! And now he is the co-founder and president of Mellencamp Whiskey. We finna be sipping on that Hud Mellencamp this year, boys.
I've got that Hud Mellencamp in my stomach.
I got that Hud Mellencamp in me, boy.
We gotta hit him up for like an autographed bottle.
Hell yeah! Right.
No one's ever done that. He's gonna be like, why?
This is the first time Hud Mellencamp's been mentioned on a podcast. I can guarantee you that.
Ever.
Unless it was like a bio, unless it was like John Mellencamp himself name dropping his kids on Joe Rogan or something. Anyhow, also you guys will appreciate this. There's a chick, Teddy Joe Mellencamp is his sister, who I learned just yesterday from my girlfriend, shout out Kate, who loves reality TV, that this girl made a name for herself by being on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Hell yes.
So making names for themselves. You got John Cougar Mellencamp, his son, who was a walk-on for Duke football and owns a whiskey company. His daughter's a reality TV show star. Just kind of
Mellencamp's run deep.
Yeah, just kind of side mission lifestyles you live when your dad is famous.
So cool.
But yeah, shout out Hud.
Oh man. But yeah, so all right. So we'll kind of start wrapping things up here. We don't want to keep these pods super long for you guys. We're kind of getting to our game picks now. We talked a little bit, in the preview and the mailbag, how we thought the game might go. We're just going to give you a quick score and like a guy we think that's going to be the MVP of the game, someone we think is going to have like one of the better performances. Believe it or not, I do have a 10-page manifesto for why Elon is hungry to win this game. They want to get back. They want to get that first win versus Duke. This is big for them. I took Duke to cover last year. I'm going to regretfully take them to cover this year. I'm going to go 41-13 Duke. They're going to make me regret that. I'm going to take MVP. I'm going to go with Andrell Anthony. I just think that we're going to see that connection established early in terms of like a deep play threat.
While he's still healthy.
I think first play of the game, I'm calling it now. We're going to just take the top off. We're going to do like Elon did to us last year on the first play. Take the top off, throw one to Anthony for a 70-yard bomb.
That's a real weird way of saying rocket bubble screen that goes for
Yeah,
-2
it's going to
yards.
be a pick six now.
Oh my
But yeah,
God.
so I'll take Duke 41-13. And I'll give Anthony the MVP.
That's exactly it, Tyler. That's what all the fans would love to see, and I think there's no reason not to. I'm in the exact same boat with you. I would love if Duke came out and just said, as Noah said when we were recapping the Thad Lewis game, when he said, Cutcliffe said, we're gonna throw this motherfucking football. I want Manny to come out and say, we're gonna throw this motherfucking football, and have Mensa just have Anthony do a full sprint, like just right down the field, with Mensa just launching it up there for him, 60 yards through the air, just fucking punks some defensive back, and go for 7 right out the gate to set the tone for the
Yeah.
season. That's how we got to do it. But for my pitch for the game, I said it before, I'll say it again. Duke has to win this game big. They can't. It's not enough to just win this game. They have to like dominate this game from start to finish. If I think if Duke scores any fewer than like 38, 40 points this game, that's no good. And I think if we give up any more than 10 points this game, that's no good. Um, so give me Duke. I'll kind of follow. Actually, I really like Noah's score here. I'm gonna do an identical. I'm gonna copy Noah here. 38 for Duke, Elon 6. It just sounds and feels right.
Hashtag
Uh,
stolen valor.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just you should take it as a badge of honor because I think you're spot on with this. Um, I like where Noah's head's at. So give me 38-6 Duke. Um, MVP, I will not copy Noah with this one. I will go honestly, Darian Mensah. Give
Cade
me Darian
Riddleson.
Mensah. Yeah, Cade Riddleson. Give me Darian Mensah, dude. I mean, it has to be Darian. I think it's like when you get a cool new toy as a kid and you play with that shit all day long. It's gonna be our first time seeing Darian Mensah and using his abilities that allegedly are gonna be a better fit for this scheme and this system. Let him run loose. Let him do as much as he wants. Utilize him as much as possible. Let Darian run loose. So MVP of the game, Darian Mensah.
38-6, Peyton Jones, 2 rushing touchdowns, 100 yards on the ground.
Real quick, speaking like Eli said about like the fit for the offense. What if Brewer comes out and like goes like 6 trick plays against Elon, and we're just all like, would he like waste every play against Elon just to like prove a point to everybody?
Just goes Madden mode.
That'd be so Brewer.
I
But
will
yeah, if
say,
Cade Riddleson sees the field more than 4 punts, I'm gonna lose it.
Oh, buddy, get ready to lose it.
I will say for Jonathan Brewer, I was at the radio show this past week and Manny wasn't there, but they had Jonathan Brewer and Jonathan Packey come in and speak. And I'll give Brewer his flowers. He was very mature. He was very professional. He did a really good job of not throwing Malik under the bus for the offensive shortcomings last year. Could he have? Sure. Should he have? No, but he didn't. And so I got to give him that. He was very professional and very upstanding about that. So he earned some points from me just because, not because I didn't want to hear him bash Malik, but just because I thought that was very professional of him to not do so. So kudos. Now don't piss me off this season.
But yeah, I think we pretty much covered it.
Yeah, amped up, ready for what this season will bring for the Scums.
Heartbreak.
Couple of things to touch on before we depart. I think the biggest one is going to be hashtag Scumgate, Scum tailgates, guys. We'll be touching on this more, mostly on social media. To anyone that's listening to this, though, we'll be in the Blue Zone lots. We will be kind of set up in between the hard hat area and that kind of general vicinity of Section 17.
In the mulch.
Yeah, we'll be back there. Scum tents, scum coolers. Come by, say hey, talk to us. We'll be doing some live feeds from over there, pregame each week, eating good, hanging out, just watching ball on the TVs, having a good time. And that's just open invite. We want everybody to come hang out. Bring your friends. The more people we can get to these things, the better of a look it is for Duke football as a whole.
unless you're
Yeah.
Barry Bumgardner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Barry Bum, eat
Or
one.
the lady who falsely
Oh
accused me of
God.
cyberbullying her son last year and yelled at me in front of my little brother and the other Duke fans ahead of the Carolina game. Don't come near us, please. Stay away from the B lots.
Yeah, please.
We don't need that again. Uh, yeah, should be a fun year. We're all going to be out there for every tailgate, like Noah said. We'll have chairs, we'll have canopy set up, we'll have some food, drinks. Come by, say hey. Unless you don't like us, then stay away from us.
Yeah,
Um,
if you think we're too negative or cuss too much or just are repulsive, literally just keep it to your fucking self. None of us care, and don't come to our tailgate. Yeah, simple as that.
But real quick, like Noah said, for those of you that don't make the game, like if you can't be there Thursday and you want to know like what's the vibe like before the game, we're gonna go live. It'll probably be after the Devil Walk. If they do one Thursday, I know sometimes they don't for like weekday games. If they don't do a Devil Walk, right before stadium gates open, we'll probably do a quick live, kind of tell you guys, quick update if we've heard any news. Just kind of shoot shit with you for a few minutes. Anyone that can't be there, so make sure you follow us so you can pay attention and watch for that kind of thing.
yeah,
Oh yeah, but just one more point on the social media stuff. Post game spaces like last year will be back for drives home and even away games. We'll be doing like the away games we don't attend, which this year I think we'll be at most of them. But and we'll still try to do some post game spaces on those. But for like the Syracuse and Cows of the world, we'll still be running our Twitter spaces. So hop in, talk ball, leave your opinions, things like that. We really appreciate it.
y'all ever seen a bear with pants on?
Tim, never.
That was for Tim. All right, Scums. We'll see you next week. Go Duke.